Thank you, everyone. We have the Knicks against the Cavaliers, second game here in the semifinals. Right, both at the center. And both with tip off, and George Hart controlling first possession for the New York Knicks. Bronson passes to Bridges to Anavi to Bronson on the drive against James Harden. Floater, it is good. Oh, Bridges come out with the steal, pass it to Bronson. He passes to Anavi, back to Bronson, back to Anavi. He passes to Anthony Towns, long three. He knocked down the tray. 5-0. Here comes James Harden. James Harden continue against Bridges. James Harden continue. At the top of the key, James Harden pass it to Wade. He take it aside for Mobley tray. Knock it down. Here comes Bridges. Bridges continue. He pass it to Mobley against James Harden. He pass it to Bronson. And Wade committed foul against George Hart. It will be side out for the New York Knicks. Right side out, Bronson. In the side out, pass it to Anavi. Anavi back to Bronson. Bronson continue with the yo-yo. He pass it to Anavi. Pass it to George Hart corner tray. He mixes. Mobley with the rebound. Here comes Mitchell. Mitchell continue. Pass it to Mobley inside the paint. He mixes. And Allen with the putback with the follow. Here comes George Hart. George Hart pass it to Anavi. Anavi to Bridges. Back to George Hart. Bronson has it. Bronson pass it to Bridges. Back to Bronson. At the top of the key, Bronson to Bridges. He take it to the corner. Mobley corner tray. He mixes. It's air ball. 24-second valuation. Here comes James Harden. James Harden continue with the yo-yo. James Harden. He passes to Mobley. Top of the key for three. Wow, that's his second 3-point make. Here we come. Bronson. Pass it to Anavi. Anavi. Pass it to Anthony Towns. Anthony Towns against Mobley. He passed it to George Hart on the drive against Allen in reverse. Here they come down to the Mitchell. Drive strong. He passed LAU to Allen and he finished strong. Cleveland with 10 points. Here come Bronson. Bronson to Anthony Towns. Anthony Towns back to Bronson. Pull up tray. Bronson, he mixes. Allen with the board. Here we come James Harden. Pass it to Wade. Back to James Harden. James Harden again Bronson. James Harden continue with the yo-yo. Step back tray. Knock it down, bro. Here we come George Hart. He pass it to Anavi. Anavi against. Oh, what a pass to feed George Hart. Corner tray. He mixes. And out of bound. Last touch by Mobley. Still New York basketball. All right. Here it comes. Bronson on the drive. He passes George Hart back to Bridges. Bridges pull up. Knock it down. Bridges. 4-point game. Here it comes. James Harden. James Harden continue. James Harden. Now we got a piece of it. Here it comes down. Pass it to Bronson. Long pass to Anabe. And easy too. Oh, Hart. Oh, he stepped out of bounds. George Hart stepped out of bounds. So Cavalier basketball down 2 point. Wade at the top of the key. Wade. He passed it to Mitchell. Mitchell continue with the yo-yo at the top of the key. Mitchell on the drive floater. He mixes. Allen with the board and he's foul. He will be at the free throw line. Thank you guys for hanging out. Really do appreciate it. And what a game, man. He knocked down both free throws. All right, Bridges passes to George Hart. Bronson passes back to George Hart inside the paint. And he mixes. He takes a wild shot, man. Come on. Here comes James Harden the other way. James Harden continue. He passes to Mitchell at the top of the key. Mitchell. He passes to Mobley. Mobley on the drive again. Bridges inside the paint. Easy layup, bro. 8 points for Mobley already. Here comes Bronson at the top of the key. Bronson continue against James Harden. He passes to George Hart. Back to Bronson. Back to George Hart. George Hart passes to Bronson. Bronson against James Harden. Back to George Hart 3. He mixes. No hesitation, bro. Allen with the board. Oh, almost taken away by George Hart. Ball goes out of bounds. Cavalier basketball. 6-point game. Cavaliers on top. Early game. Yep. Cavaliers on top by 6 points. Woo! Go New York, go New York, go! Uh, See if the New York can pull up this game. We see. Aroson. All right, we see if the New York can pull up this second game, man. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. That will be awesome. Wow, New York come back 22 point down that first game. Right, James Harden has it. We back into the game. Pass it to Allen on the drive. Oh, put away by Anove. Mastrud has it to wait to James Harden. Back to Mastrud. To me, Mero. He mixed the tray. Anthony Towns with the board. Pass it ahead to Bronson. And he almost turned it over. Down back to Bronson. Bronson again Mastruz. Bronson, he passed it to Bridges, to George Hart, and Bridges knock it down. Still, New York basketball. Well, guys, we see what is going to happen on this game. Bronson in the inbound for the New York Knicks. He passed it to George Hart. George Hart inside the paint. Jumper, it is good. Like in a 4-point game. Here comes James Harden for the Cavaliers. James Harden continue. Pass it to Allen. Allen to Mero. Mero to Wade. Wade. He lost it. He reckoned Anavi the other way. Anavi on the drive. He passed it to Bridges. Easy 2-point game. Here comes James Harden for the Cavaliers again. James Harden continue. James Harden. He passes across to Mero Trey. He mixes. Anthony Towns with the board. He passes to George Hart. He bringing it to the other side. He passes it outside for Bronson. Bronson to Bridges. On the drive, floater, he mixes. He thought he got fouled. Allen with the board. Here comes James Harden. Pass it to Mastruz. Way corner Trey. Nothing but the bottom of the net, bro. Here comes Bronson the other way. Bronson continue. Pass it to Bridges. Bridges. Pass it to Towns. Towns on a drive with the left hand. Finish strong. Here it comes Truce. Pass it to Allen. Allen on the drive. He mixes, and Anthony Towns with the ball. Pass it to George Hart. George Hart bringing it to the other side. He passes it to Anthony Towns. Anthony Towns against Allen. He mixes. No, went in. The basketball went in. I thought it was foul. Timeout. Cavaliers. That should be foul and one. Come on, man. On the drive, James Harden fouled him from behind. And Allen. That should be foul and one. Timeout. Cavaliers. Cavaliers. Have to call timeout. Timeout. All right. Thirsty. Now, who's kind dominating this series? New York Knicks or the Cavaliers? So far, Jalen Brunson is doing well. Remember what I say? Remember what I said the last game? If Jalen Brunson play good basketball, Cavaliers don't have no chance. But all depends what he does. All depends what he does. And right now, I'm happy for him. He's doing very, very, very good. Very good. He's passing the basketball. And pay attention when everybody start, doing very, very well. Well, this quarter go by real quick, man. It's only 3 minutes and 35 seconds on the first quarter. So, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe for more. And remember what I said, YouTube doesn't show me in the platform. You gotta look for me, NBA Jose Sanchez, if you want to see me when I come alive. All right, shooter. To Mero. Mero. Oh, he turned it over. Sheme has it. Sheme. And that's a foul. Wait. Mero committed foul against Sheme. After Sheme, take it away from him. All right, it's going to be side out for the New York Knicks. Brunson has it in the inbound, sidebound. Pass it to Sheme. Sheme, back to Brunson. Brunson on the drive. He take it outside. Sheme, pass it to my bride to Bridges on the drive, Bridges. New York up by 1. Here it comes. Mobley against Robinson. Mobley, he passed it to Merrill. Shooter, he passed it to Mobley. Oh, he flushed it. Beautiful play by Mobley. Here comes Bronson, pass it to Sheme. And Merrill hold Robinson and will be at the free throw line. He was ready to flush it, but that was a good foul. He holding it. All right, Robinson at the free throw line. Let's see if he can knock it down one at least. And he mixes. Robinson game 1, he got 6 rebounds, 4 points, and 2 steals. And he mixes and Mitchell with the rebound. Here comes Shooter, bringing it to the other side. Shooter continue. Shooter against Shemet. Shooter continue. Shooter. Pull up. He mixes. Bridges with the rebound. Here comes Bridges. He passes to my bride, Trey. Knock it down the tray, my bride. Here comes Shooter, pass it to Mitchell. Mitchell, pull a tray. He mixes. And Sheme with the board, pass it to Bridges. Bridges bringing it to the other side to Bronson. Bronson continue at the top of the key. Bronson continue. Bronson, pull up tray. He mixes. And ball over the backboard. So, Cavalier basketball. All right, here it comes. Shooter, pass it to Mobley. Mobley continue. Mobley, pull up a jumper. He mixes, and Sheme with the rebound. Here comes Sheme to Bronson. Bronson, floater. That was a pass to Robinson, and he deflected. Oh my God, here it comes. Shooter to Merrill. He's reverse finish. Ties the game, 24-24. Wow, Robinson wasn't paying attention, man. That was the LAU for him. Here it comes. Bronson, pass it to Sheme. Back to Bronson. Bronson at the top of the key, followed by Mitchell. Bronson on the drive inside, and is foul on the floor. Foul on the floor. He got foul on the floor, so it's going to be a side out for the New York Knicks. Bronson and a silent. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. All right, here we come. Sheme. Back to Bronson. Bronson continue against Mitchell. Bronson. He passes to Mitchell. Back to Bronson. Back to Sheme. Inside the paint, he mixes. And there's a foul against Truth. So Robinson will be at the free throw line. So Robinson at the free throw line. And he mixes. He mixes both again, bro. All right, here they come Donovan Mitchell, bringing it to the other side. Donovan Mitchell. He passes it to Shooter. Shooter back to Mitchell. Mitchell on the drive against Sherman. He take it aside for Merrill. Trey, wide open. He mixes. Mobley with the board. Pass it to Merrill. Back to Mobley. Mobley to Shooter. To Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell. Pull up three. Knock it down. That's it. That's the end. Wow. At the buzzer, Mitchell. Pull up the Cavaliers up by 2, by 3. Well, what a first half. What a first half. What a first half. All right, we're hitting the second quarter. Well, can the New York Knicks can pull out the second game? We see. If they're going 2-0, back to Cavaliers, back to Cleveland, they are in trouble. Right? We see what's going to happen on this second quarter. New York down only 3 points. So they need to stay strong. There's a chance the New York can pull up the second game. There's a chance. All depends now. All depends now. All right, we just about start the second quarter. All right, here it comes. Shooter. Shooter against Alvarado. Pass it to Mitchell. Mitchell against George Hart. He passes to Mastruz for 3. He mixes. Alvarado comes out with the board. He bringing it to the other side. Alvarado continue against Shooter. Alvarado continue. Alvarado. He passes to George Hart. To my bride. Pull up. My bride knocked down the jumper. Here we come down to the Mitchell. Mitchell on the drive. Easy layup, bro. Little bit higher against Anthony Towns. Here we come. Anthony Towns for three. He knocked down the three. Alvarado to Anthony Towns. Here we come. Mero the other way. Mero passes to Mastruz. He lost it. He mixes. Put back. It is. Second chance. The Chan Mobley. 4 chances up the rim, man. Here we come, my bride. My bride. Pass it to Anthony Towns. Anthony Towns against Struz on the drive. Inside should be foul and one, man. I don't know. Here we come Shooter the other way. Followed by Alvarado. Shooter. He passes it to Mitchell. Mitchell. Shooter with a great look for three. He mixes. Anthony Towns with the board. Passes to George Hart ahead. George Hart to Alvarado. Alvarado to Anthony Towns to my bride. He mixes. And Shooter comes over it. Shooter on the drive. And stripped by Alvarado. Bogos out of bounds. Last touch by Shooter. Good defense by Alvarado. Good defense. Right, 31 apiece. It is the New York Knicks basketball. Right, here comes Alvarado. He bringing it to the other side. Alvarado continue with the yo-yo. Alvarado. He passes to my bride. My bride at the top of the key, followed by Mitchell. My bride passes to George Hart. And there's a foul. It will be 3 free throws. And Mitchell wants to challenge this one. Mitchell wants to challenge. Let me see. That was a clean basketball. That was a clean block. They will win the challenge. Yep. That was an all ball. All ball. Yeah, that was all ball, man. That was a clean. That was all ball anyway. They will win the challenge. They will win the challenge. When we come back for there will be Cavalier basketball. That's for sure. That was a good defense by Donovan Mitchell. Good defense. No doubt about it. Good defense by Donovan Mitchell. Hey, you guys, you think the New York can beat once again the Cavaliers? I don't know. It's gonna be real tight. The way I see it, if this game continue like this, it's gonna be a wild game. Whoever take over by 10, 15 points, that's the one that has the chance. We see who's going ahead here in the second quarter. All right. Right, we back into the game. All right, Mitchell bringing it to the other side, followed by Bridges. He passes it to Shooter. Shooter. He passes it to Wade, back to Shooter. Shooter on the drive against Anthony Town, bro. Here come Alvarado. He bringing it to the other side. Alvarado continue. Alvarado to Anthony Towns, back to Alvarado. Alvarado, back to Anthony Towns. Floater, he got blocked. Mobley got piece of it. Here comes Donovan Mitchell. He bringing it to the other side. He passes. Oh, what a pass to feed Wade. 3. He mixes. Robinson with the board. Here comes Alvarado. Alvarado passes to Anthony Towns. 3. He mixes. Shooter with the rebound. Here comes Shooter. He passes to Mitchell. Mitchell again Bridges. Mitchell on the drive. He passes to Shooter. Oh, great look for Tyson corner 3. He mixes. Way deflected out of bounds. Goes to the New York Knicks. Basketball. That's touched by Wade. Right, Clarkson in the inbound. He passes to Alvarado. Alvarado bringing it to the other side. Alvarado continue with the yo-yo. He passes to Bridges. Back to Alvarado. Back to Bridges. To Anthony Towns against Wade. He got the foul. He will be at the free throw line for 2 shots. Second foul. Wow, they're leaving Bronson already for almost 5 minutes. He's still in the bench. Right, Anthony Towns at the free throw line. Knock it down the first one. Got the chance to tie this game. Only 1 point down. $13 points already for him. 5 rebounds. 5 from 7. Field goal. Anthony Towns, 1 more free throws. And he mixes. Wade with the rebound. Here comes the Cavaliers. James Harden bringing it to the other side, followed by Bridges. James Harden continue with the yo-yo. James Harden, still with it. He passes to Mero 3. In and out, bro. Halfway in. Anthony Towns with the ball, passes to Bridges. He's on the drive. He knocked it down the shot. Here it comes. Oh my God, that was almost a turnover. It'll be aggressive by Bridges. He fouled James Harden. Almost 8-second valuation. Good defense by James Harden, but ending with the foul. I mean, oh, they're bringing Bronson and Anthony Towns sitting down. All right, Mero, pass it to James Harden. James Harden again breaches, pass it to Mero. Back to James Harden. James Harden continue. James Harden. James Harden on the drive again. Bronson. He got blocked by Robinson. Mero has it on that block. He mixes. Boss is loose and out of bounds. Belongs to the Cavaliers. What a block by Robinson. Wow, man, that was high. That was real high. Good defense, bro. All right, Mero in a side out. He passed it to James Harden. Again, breaches. James Harden continue. Again, Bronson. James Harden continue. James Harden again, Bronson. Left hand, he mixes. Robinson with the board. Oh, pull up out of the hand, Tyson. Pass it to James Harden. James Harden against Robinson. James Harden. James Harden. He passed it to Allen. Allen against... Wow, Anobi committed foul. 2-second foul. OG on Anobi. Second foul. 6.6 rebound for Allen. Jaren Allen. At the free throw line. He mixes. Wow. Second free throw for Allen. And almost missed it. He knocked down the second one. 1-4 from 2. All right, here we come. Bronson bringing it to the other side, followed by Wade. Bronson continue with the yo-yo at the top of the key. He passes it to Bridges. Bridges on the drive inside the paint with the floater. It is good. 2-point game, New York on top. Here we come Merrill, largest lead for the New York. Here we come Allen. Allen, he passes it to James Harden. James Harden, floater is good. Here we come Bronson. Bronson against Wade. Bronson continue. Pass it to Bridges. Bridges to Bronson. Bronson against Wade. Pull up a jumper. He mixes. And Robinson with the tip it in. Here we come Wade. Wade continue. Pass it to Allen. Allen back to Merrill. Pull up three. He mixes. Boss is loose. Another comes out with it. Pass it to Bronson. He bringing it to the other side. Bronson. He passes it to Anabi on the drive with the left hand finish strong. New York up by 4. Here we come James Harden against Clarkson. James Harden continue. And he's fouled from behind by Clarkson. And he wants the challenge. That's crazy. They're not going to challenge. That was a clear foul. A little bit early to slap the ball. Little bit too early. Would be a... All right. So George Hart step in. And Tyson step out. Wade and Merrill step out. Almost everybody. Right, James Harden will be at the free throw line after this foul by Clarkson. Down 3 point. And knock it down. 38. All right, here come Bridges. Bridges again Mitchell. He passed it to Bronson. Bronson again Truce. Bronson inside the paint. He passed it to George Hart. Pull up. He mixes. Robinson tip it off in the hands of James Harden. He bringing it to the other side. James Harden continue. Here come the Caps. James Harden continue with the yo-yo. Top of the key. James Harden against Bronson. He passed it to Mobley. Mobley against Robinson. Got the foul. 2 free throws. Cavaliers got the chance to tie this game. Once again. He knocked down the free throw. Had the chance to tie this game. It's 118. 118. Second free throw. Mobley at the free throw line. Knock it down. We got a tie game once again. All right, Bridges. He bringing it to the other side. Bridges continue against Mitchell. He passed it to Bronson. Very quiet, Bronson, on this quarter. Anavi against James Harden. Pull up, and he's fouled by James Harden. 2 free throws. That was a tough one. He knocked down the free throw. New York tried to stay strong here in the late second quarter. And now we at the free throw line. Got the chance for one more. And he knocked down both free throws. Pull up by 2. New York. All right, here comes Mastruz. Pass it to Allen. Allen, pass it to Mitchell. Mitchell, pull up. He bounce. He mixes Robinson with the rebound. Here comes Bridges the other way. Bridges. He pass it to Bronson. Bronson continue. He pass it to Bridges. On the drive, he pass it to George Hart. Corner 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net. New York up by 5. Here Larches leave. Here comes Mitchell. He passes it to Truce. Truce against. Oh, offensive foul. That was a good call. He got pushed. That's his second foul by Mastruz. What a defense by Bronson. Yeah. Push up big time. He got caught with it. That's a second foul on Mastruz. All right, New York basketball. Largest lead, 5 points. All right, George Hart. Pass it to Bronson. He bringing it to the other side, followed by Mastruz. Bronson continue with the yo-yo. Switches to James Harden. And he shoot a 3. He tried to draw a foul. He mixes. He will come Mitchell the other way. And he's foul. Only 2 points by Jalen Bronson. Only 2 points on this game. And they're up by 5. He's doing his things, you know. He's passing the basketball, and that's what I want. That's what I want, that he passing the basketball. He not need to make too many points. But we see how he played in the second quarter. second half. If New York go back 2-0 to the Cavaliers, wow, you better watch it. You better watch it because they can come out with one win, make it 3-1. And who knows what's gonna happen on this series. I say in the beginning, it all depends what Jalen Brunson does. He's playing good basketball, passing the basketball, New York can come out with the win on this series. That will be the first time New York in the finals for a long time, man. The last 3 years they be coming to the semifinals, but they never get it to the finals. I think it was 1999, something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure. But it's been a long time. It is been a long time. Still a lot of game. Still a lot of game. All they need to pull up this game. The first one, that was a lucky one. That, I don't know. But this one is the game they need to pull up. Right now, they are fighting. They are fighting. Nobody has 10 points on top yet. Can New York get 2-0? Can they get 2-0? Going back to Cavaliers. All right. Let's keep on going. 5-point game, New York on top. Largest lead of this game. We see if they can continue, keep knocking it down, and pull up this second game. They need it. All right. We back into the game. Wow, Mero be missing a lot, man. Great look too, and he's a good shooter from the 3-point range. He keep missing, so Mitchell knock it down the first free throw. So if Mero would keep knocking down those attempts from the 3-point, the Cavaliers would be on top by now. Second free throw for Donovan Mitchell. Knock it down. 3-point game. All right, here it comes Bridges. He bringing it to the other side. Bridges continue. Bridges. He passed it to George Hart. To Bronson. Bronson. He passed it to George Hart. Trey. He mixes. And Anobi tried to follow, couldn't get it far. Here it comes the other way, Donovan Mitchell. Oh, Bridges come on with the steal. Truce comes up with it. He passed it to Jace Harden. Trey, knock it down. That's the game. Here it comes Bronson the other way. Bronson, pass it to Anthony Towns. Anthony Towns. George Hart on the drive, spin. Oh my God, easy layup by George Hart with the spin against Allen. Here it comes Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell on the drive. He take it outside for Mobley. Great look for Trey. He mixes, and Navi comes out with the board. Here comes Bridges the other way. Bridges against James Harden on a drive. He passes George Hart. And Navi with a great look. Pull a three. Knock it down. Let's go. Wow, just like that. 5-point game once again, bro. Here it comes down to the Mitchell. To Mastros, to James Harden. James Harden continue against Bronson. James Harden continue. James Harden on the drive, floater. It is good, bro. Here it comes. Bronson to Anavi on the drive against Mobley. He mixes. James Harden with the rebound. Here it comes the Caps. James Harden continue against Anavi. Step back three. He mixes. And Allen tries to keep it alive. And the loose ball. George Hart comes up with it. Bridges pass it to Bronson. Bronson against Mitchell. He passed it to George Hart Trey. Pay the price. He was totally alone, bro. That was a good one, George Hart. Come on, man. Keep knocking it down. That was a good pass by Bronson. Here comes Mitchell the other way. Mitchell. He passed it to Mobley. Mobley to Allen. Easy two by Allen. Let's just leave for the New York Knicks. Here comes George Hart again. Come on, shoot. Pull a tray. He was alone. Way off the mark. Got the rebound. And the Wizards had a foul. So, foul and truce. 1 second. What? He mixed the three. And he ran to the basket, the ring. Got the rebound, foul by truce. It will be side out. 1 second left. My bride, catch and shoot. 1 second remain. Right, Mobley inside, side out. He passed it to Bronson Trey. Oh my God, he almost knocked it down the three. Well, I'll be right back. Let me get something to eat, bro. This is getting wild. Knicks up by 4, man. There, stay strong. I'll be right back. Thank you so much, guys. Ah, thank you guys for hanging out. Really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we do your continue fight this game. We see what they're gonna be when they come there. End the third quarter. Where's my water? Cavaliers, they're not going to set it down for the New York Knicks. They know if they go 2-0, going back to the Cavaliers, they are in trouble. So they're gonna try hard on this game. They're gonna try hard on this game. We see if the New York can defend the home court, going back 2-0 to the Cavaliers house, and we see what's gonna happen in the third game. I know for sure New York get one win down there. But if they defend both games, New York, they can win the series. We'll see. It's gonna be a hell of a fight between New York and the champion of the sports. It's gonna be a hell of a fight every single night. We gonna see the New York in the finals? We see. In a long time, long time. Once in a while, I stream women NBA basketball once in a while. And football, oh my god, football, I like it. I like the football too. Well, we're almost ready for the third quarter. All right, we're back into the game, back into the action. The players, they are in the game. 4-point game lead for the New York Knicks starting the third quarter. Wow, that is awesome. That's nice. All right, here we go. Bob is in the game. All right, here it comes James Harden bringing it to the other side. James Harden again breaches. James Harden continue. James Harden. James Harden back to Mobley. Mobley extra pass to Phil Allen inside the paint. Easy 2 points. Here come the Knicks. Bronson bringing it to the other side, followed by Wade. Bronson continue. He passes it to Anavi. Anavi to Towns. Towns. Backs it to Bronson. Bronson on a drive. He passes to George Hart. Got blocked by Allen. Here come the Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell. He passes to Mobley. To Wade. Back to Mobley. Again Anthony Towns. Mobley. He take it outside for James Harden. James Harden again George Hart. Step back three. He mixes. Anthony Towns with the rebound. Pass it ahead to George Hart. To reaches. Anavi with a great look for three. He mixes. James Harden with the board. He passes ahead to Mitchell. Wow, great look, man. Mitchell. Pull up. Ball goes out of bounds. Cavaliers basketball. Last touch by Anthony Towns. Right, Cavalier basketball. Sideline. Inbound. James Harden in the inbound. He passes to Mobley. To Mitchell. Mitchell on the drive against Towns. Wow, that was a nice one, man. Against Anthony Towns, ties the game. Here come Bridges. Bridges to Bronson. Bronson to Anthony Towns. And there's a foul against Mitchell. The Cavaliers not doing that bad, man. They're fighting. George Hart, pass it to Bronson. Pass it to George Hart. George Hart back to Bronson. Bronson pull a three. Knock it down. That was a long three, man. That was a long one. Here comes James Harden on the drive. He take it aside for Mitchell. Great look. He mixed the three. And Anthony Towns with the board. Pass ahead to Bronson. To George Hart with the flush. You see, he passing the basketball. Here comes Mitchell. Pull up. He mixes. Anthony Towns with the board. Anthony Towns bringing it to the other side. Anthony Towns against Allen. Pass it to George Hart. Anthony Towns almost lost it. Anthony Towns. He passes it to George Hart. Top of the key. George Hart. Pass it to Bronson. Bronson. Pull up three. He mixes. James Harden with the rebound. He passes it to Mitchell. Mitchell on the drive. He lost the basketball. And there's a foul against Mitchell. Towns got the basketball on the loose ball. It is New York basketball. New York basketball. Bronson on the sidebound. He passes to George Hart. George Hart passes back to Bronson. He bringing it to the other side, followed by Wade. Bronson continue. Bronson against Wade. Bronson on a drive. Pull up. Knock it down, bro. He's stepping up big. Largest lead. 7-point game. 7-0 run. Here comes James Harden. James Harden continue. He passes to Mobley. Extra pass. They turn it over. Here comes George Hart on the loose ball. George Hart passes to Bridges. Easy layup in the other side. Here comes the Knicks. Timeout. Cavaliers. Timeout Cavaliers. Like I said, if the New York go 2-0 down there, they're going to have trouble. That was a good timeout. Good timeout. For Kiyakiri. That's the coach Kiyakiri. I think the New York can pull up this game, but they cannot set it down. They hope now, but they cannot set it down. They cannot set it down. All right. James Harden, he passed it to Mero inside. James Harden, back to Mero, three. He mixes. He couldn't make. He reckoned Bronson the other way. He passed it to George Hart, and he's fouled by Mero. Oh man, he got his forehead on the floor. He's limping. He's limping. Sorry about that, guys. I got my microphone mute. Mute. Damn it. Oh yeah, he fell the ankle. Wow. Yeah, he twisted his ankle. He fell in the, he's at the free throw line, guys. And he knocked it down. First free throw. George Hart with 18 points on this game. And he mixes. Anthony Town with the board. He lost it. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. New York basketball. No, Anabe. Towns. And ball goes out of bounds again. Last touch by the Caps. Still, New York basketball with 8 seconds and a shot clock. George Hart, top of the key three. Oh, he did knock it down. 21 points for him. Wow. Here comes James Harden. Largest lead for the night. James Harden continue. James Harden, he passed it to Truce. Mas Truce on the drive against Anavi. He passed it to Allen. Take it outside for James Harden. James Harden to Mer. Oh my God, what a pass. Way to Mas Truce. Corner three. Knock it down. Quiet the crowd. That was a good pass, bro. Here come the New York Knicks. George Hart bringing it to the other side. He passed it to Anthony Town against Mastro. He's gonna go. He got blocked by Allen. Good defense. Here comes Mastro's pass it to James Harden on the drive. He mixes of Valent and Allen there for the clean up the mess. They need to start playing boogie because this Cavalier can't come back on this game. Start fooling around. 13-point game. Stop fooling around. Timeout. New York. That was a good block by Allen. Yeah. Man, I don't know why YouTube doesn't show my videos, man. I don't know what the hell I did. But it's okay. It's so good. Wow. Wow, I never thought it's gonna be that great. That sure, the sure do better than these long videos. That's crazy. Still doing good. Still going on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my short doing better than my long videos. That's great. That's great. Yeah. Right, Bronson. Bronson. He passes it to my bright Trey. He mixes. And ball goes out of bounds. New York basketball. Last toss by the Caps. Right, Bronson in the inbound. My bride. Pass it to Anthony Towns. Anthony Towns to Bronson. Bronson again Mastruz. He passes it to George Hart. Knock it down the tray. George Hart is red hot to me. 24 points for him. Here comes shooter. Pass it to Mero. Mero, he passed it to Truce. Oh, what a steal by George Hart. George Hart pass it to Bronson. Bronson. Inside he mixes. George Hart with the board. Pass it to Anthony Town. Top of the key. He mixes. And it's going to be a young ball between my bride and Masters. Bronson keep passing the basketball. I love it, man. My Brian Truce. New York basketball. Ball goes out of bounds on that tip off. Right, Bronson inbound to George Hart. George Hart. George Hart continue. He passed it to Anthony Towns inside the paint. Easy layup. Here it comes. All right, Mobley. Pass it to Mitchell. Mitchell floater is good. Here come Bronson. 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 My bride. George Hart on the drive. Oh my God, here we come. And George Hart committed a foul. Dame el celular. Right. Mitchell. Mitchell. Pull out three. Knock it down, bro. Better watch out with that guy. Dale, apúntale. Bronson inside. My bride on the drive. He passed it to Anthony Towns. Three. Knock it down the three. Anthony Towns, bro. Here come Mitchell in a hurry. And then, I mean, 2 point. Basket interference. Here come my bride. To Clarkson. Clarkson on the drive. Easy layup against Truth. It's a foul against who? Chairman or Bronson? It will be free throws. Right, Mastros at the free throw line. They are in bonus. Knock it down. $15-point game. Knock it down. All right, here come my bride the other way. He bringing it to the other side. My bride pass it to Bronson. Bronson against Merrill. Against Truth. Bronson against Mitchell. He's double team. He passed it to Clarkson. Back to Bronson. Bronson on the drive. He passed it LAU to Robinson and he flushed it. What a pass. Here we come. Down to the Mitchell. He passed it to Mero. His foul will be at the free throw line for 2 shots. He makes it. Wow, Mero, he's having a bad game and New York taking advantage of that one. This guy would have come out red hot on this game. New York would have been in trouble tonight. And still one more quarter, you never know. All right, here we come. Bronson bringing it to the other side. Bronson continue against Mitchell. He passes to Clarkson with the floater. It is good. Here comes Shooter. Shooter. He passes to Mobley. Mobley. He passes to Mitchell. Mitchell on a drive. Easy to roll. 18 points. Here comes Bronson. The last possession, Bronson. He passes to Clarkson. Clarkson. He travel. Yeah. 1.3. $15 game. Shooter, long three. Don't get it. All right. We're heading to the third. 15 point games. Hopefully the New York stays strong. Right, here it comes. Alvarado. Alvarado on the drive. Take it aside for George Hart. George Hart. Pass it to Anthony Towns. Anthony Towns on the drive. He misses. Here it comes. Tyson to Mitchell. Across to Shooter. Shooter again Towns. So far again Towns. Side out. Mitchell in inbound. Pass it to Mobley. To Mitchell. Foul reaching by Shevin. 3-point shot now. Eighteen points for Donovan Mitchell. 3 rebounds. 1 assist. Knock it down. 14-point game. 2 more. They're playing on Saturday. Knock it down the second one. And knock it down. All 3. 3 out of 3. Here come my bride bringing it to the other side. My bride continue. He passes it to Josh Hart. Josh Hart. Josh Hart. He passes it to Alvarado 3. He mixes. Tyson with the rebound. Here it comes Mitchell. Mitchell. Pass it to Tyson 3. Sheme with the rebound. Here comes Sheme. Sheme. Pass it to Anthony Towns. Anthony Towns. Anthony Towns. He passes it to Sheme. Back to Anthony Towns. My bride 3. He mixes. And the sofa again Tyson. New York got the basketball. Right, Alvarado na inbound, pass it to George Hart. George Hart, pull up 3. He mixes. And my right with the rebound, he mixes. Here comes Mero, pass it to Mitchell. Mitchell, pass it to Mero, and he gets the foul by my bride. It is 15 points, and they have Bronson in the bench. And they got Robinson in the bench. Why? I don't know. Why he's doing that? I don't know. Sometimes they coach, they make bad decisions. Now they bring Bridges and Bronson. That's what I thought. Why they were sitting down on the bench? And Alvarado, yeah, sit down. George Hart need to rest. And Alvarado step up. Yeah, he mixes. My bride need to be in the game. Yeah. Here I come, my bride. My bride against Mero. He mixes. He got his own rebound. My bride. He mixes. Oh my God. Here I come. And Bogo had a rebound last touch by Shemet. I tell you what, if New York continue fooling around, they can come back. And Anthony Town, they bring in Clarkson and Robinson. Right here come Donovan Mitchell. He passes to Shooter. 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 He passes to Mitchell. Mitchell. Mitchell pull up. He mixes. Oh man. Tyson got fouled by Clarkson. It should be against Tyson. Let me see. Challenge, challenge. Oh man, what a bono. Free throws. Tyson, knock it down. New York fooling around. It's 11-point game. It's a lot against Steel. They bring in James Harden for the Cavaliers. And Mero step out. Another free throw for Tyson. New York cannot fool around on this game. Otherwise, they're going to lose this game. Even they're up by 11. Knock it down. Making a 10-point game. All right, here comes Shemet. Robinson. He passes to Anobi. So foul by Mitchell away from the basketball rim. Oh, they turn it over. Here comes Tyson. Shooter to Tyson. Easy layup. 8-point game. Navi 3. Good. Back to 11. Here comes Shooter. Shooter. Mobley. Tyson. He mixes. And Bronson is fouled by Shooter. All right. Bronson in the side bound. Pass it to Bridge. Back to Bronson. He bringing it to the other side. Bronson. Bronson continue. Bronson on the drive. He mixes. Robinson tip it out, but in the hands of Shooter. He bringing it to the other side. Shooter against Shimon. He take it aside for 1,000. He's Harden to Mitchell. Floater. It is good. Back to 8-point game. Timeout. Okay. Timeout New York. All right, here comes Bronson. Bronson against Shooter. Bronson. He passes to Bridges inside the paint. Easy. What a pass by Bronson. Here comes James Harden. On the drive. He mixes. Goes his loose. Shooter. Fouled by Bronson. So Shooter, he was fouled. They are in bonus. So two free throws. All right, guys. He misses the first one. Second free throw for Shooter. He misses. Joe Hart with the rebound. Pass it to Bronson. He bringing it to the other side, followed by Shooter. Bronson continue with the yo-yo. Bronson. He passed it to Anobi, to Joe Hart. Back to Anobi. Anobi. Easy to 12-point game. He reckon Shooter. Shooter. Pull up. Knock it down, Shooter. 82. 10-point game. He reckon Bronson. Bronson. He take it outside your chart to Bridges 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Timeout. Cavaliers. Back to 13-point game. 6-11. Bronson. Knock it down. So you say 85, 97. So Mobley at the free throw line. He mixes. He mixes. Oh my God. Here comes Bronson the other way. Taking it easy. He's playing good basketball, man. Bronson to Anabi. Anabi on the drive. Inside. He take it aside for Joe Chart. Joe Chart. He had to shoot. Joe Chart inside. Pull up. He's good. Wow, he having a big game. Big impact for him, Joe Chart. Here comes Mitchell. He take it out to Mobley. Mobley take it aside for Mitchell. He missed the three. Anabi with the rebound. New York look like they're gonna pull up this game. Here comes Bronson to Anabi. He lost it. And foul. Blocking foul against George Hart. He don't like that call. It will be free throws. They are in bonus. First free throw. He should knock it down. 13-point game. 4 minutes. He got 24 points. So he's not having a bad game either. He mixes. Short. Towns with the board. Here it comes. Bronson the other way. Bronson against Mitchell. There's a foul against Mitchell. It will be free throws. Yeah. Bronson at the free throw line. Knock it down. And New York continue controlling this game up by 14. 4 minutes. Bronson with only 12 points. 13 points. So he's passing the basketball. He's not care that much about making points on this game. That's good. Here we come. James Harden for three. He mixes. Bronson with the board. Here we come. Bronson pass ahead to George Hart. Back to Bronson. Bronson, he's taking it easy. This guy is clogging his pocket. Oh, what a pass to feet. Breaches, jumper, he misses. Allen with the rebound. Here comes Mitchell. Mitchell, pass it to Allen. Floater, he misses. Lost his route. Bronson comes out with it. All the way coast to coast. Easy layup. Timeout. Cavaliers once again. Yeah. Go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Bronson, like I said, if Kenny Bronson passing the basketball is tough to beat the New York Knicks. He's a good player, but he need to learn more passing the basketball. Other people's got wide open. They can make the shot, and that's why they are winning. That's why they are winning. Let me see how many assists that he got on this game, man. He got 13 assists, bro. 13 assists. So if it's 2 points, that's 26 points more that he has. So it will be 46 points. Plus, we don't know how many threes they knock it down out of those 13 assists. I wish I knew. But George Hart got 26 points. He's leading scorer for the New York Knicks with 26. Yeah, 26 points for George Hart. Incredible, incredible game for George Hart. This is the game they George Hart knocked down a lot of threes in the playoff. So we still got 3 minutes more. It's not over yet, but it looks like the New York got the key to win this game. They're up by 17 points, so largely it's hard to come back in 13 points down. 3 minutes. All right, here they come. The Cavaliers, Mole. Hace to Masters to Jace Harden. Jace Harden against Shemet. No, against Bridges. Cruz pull up a jumper. He misses. Out of nowhere, George Hart comes out. Get the rebound. He bringing it to the other side. And the New York Knicks fans, they are off. So Bronson got fouled by Masters. And they already know they're going to lose the second game. Bronson at the free throw line. Knock it down the first one. Wow. Best playoff for Josh Hart. 26 points. Second free throw. Knock it down. Largest lead of the game. 19. Wow. And Mitchell got fouled by Josh Hart. So Mitchell at the free throw line, the iron bonus. And he knocked down the first one. They can come back on this game. No way. Wow, that place is packed inside and outside. Knock it down. Two, added two. All right, Bronson bringing it to the other side. Followed by Masters. Bronson. Pass it to Bridges. Back to Bronson. Bronson. He passed it to George Hart. George Hart is follow, pull up. He mixes. He's Harding with the board. James Harding on the drive. And he's fouling one. 15-point game. I feel comfortable when the clock is still one minute. Knock it down. Complete 3-point play. Ray Bronson pass it to George Hart. Pass it to Bronson. Bronson. Kicking ball by Mitchell. Here comes Shemet. Another weapon. George Hart step out. All right, Bronson in the side out. Pass it to Bridges. He bringing it to the other side. Bridges to Bronson. Bronson to Bridges. Pull up. Knock it down. Bronson keep passing it. I think 15 assists for him. Mitchell 3. He mixes. Sheme with the rebound to Bronson to Bridges. He passes to Sheme. And Bronson has it. The fence is getting up of the Sherman. Bronson floater. It is good, bro. It is over. Wow. Mitchell. And Masters committed foul. Fire out. Two free throws coming out for Shepard. You resetting? All right. Yeah, New York no made no mistake. Cavaliers they are standing. The standing team. So they get everybody out. Here come Alvarado, followed by Porter Jr. Alvarado continue. He mixes. Brian with the board. Here comes Porter Jr. Porter Jr. to Brian. Pull up. He mixes. Tipping by Tom. Alvarado has it. Pass it to my right. Everybody's on the field. So everybody's saying, let it go. What a game for the New York Knicks. I like it. I'm happy. 2-0. Going back to the Cavaliers. If they step up big, they can come out with that win. Come on. 2-0. Well, thank you so much, guys. You have a great night. Thank you so much. I'm out. See you in my next stream.